the other shayla. That's the way the Refoel sets it up. That one shayla has to do with the other. You'll excuse my English, it's a bit rusty here, being here from 1954. But you know, Yiddish also, sometimes we have to use Yiddish here, so we'll make it. Now, we'll fund and we created shiur and created days. It says these two questions, these two shaylas, a shayla one with the other. The chakira, the limud of Oisik and Mitzvah, Potem and HaMitzvah. It affects both these cases. Mitzvah the Rabbanan and also Sofek Mitzvah. And he starts off, you saw the Refoel, that was the first Marabokim, I assume that you saw for sure. We will review it now, in any case, because it's very important. He brings this Shagis Ari without bringing a mocker. I don't know if the Shagis Ari brings a mocker. But he understood. The mocker was pushing the Sforah. And the Shagis Ari understood that when you have a Sofek Mitzvah, you're performing a Sofek Mitzvah, so that it should be pointed that you should say that Oisik Mitzvah, Potem and HaMitzvah, it's a Sofek, because it's a Sofek if it's a Mitzvah. And therefore we say, Ein Sofek Moitzi Midei Vadai. You're Mekuyim before you're Vadai Mekuyim. Here is a question if you have a Ptur, if you don't have a Ptur. So it's not pointed. Although you do have, because of the Sofek, we're talking about a case of a Sofek which you have to perform the mitzvah. You have to do the mitzvah because of Sofek. But still, you're doing it with Sofek. So if there's a mitzvah here or not, it's a Sofek. So if you're Yosef with mitzvah here, it's a Sofek if you're Yosef with mitzvah. At the same time, we have this Shaila, mitzvah the Rabbanan. You're Yosef in a mitzvah the Rabbanan. Mitzvah the Rabbanan. That's the way. Refoel and many other Achronim, we see it's a double kosher by them. Mitzvah the Rabbanan. Mitzvah the Rabbanan. With a Rabbanan, it's a mitzvah. Not give me the Reisa, mitzvah the Reisa. It doesn't have that chivas. It's like a rishus. It's not. Mitzvah the Rabbanan is only on the darg of the Rabbanan. It's a mitzvah. When we come to Reisa, there's no such mitzvah in Reisa. That's the way they understood. So if it's l'chayra, it's totally oisik b'mitzvah. That's the whole gather. Oisik b'mitzvah. A mitzvah the Rabbanan, l'chayra shouldn't be pointed. A mitzvah is a rice, it should be oisik b'mitzvah. However, as you know, probably if you saw some of the Maramakaimis, the Moch Laner, and the Kur Yankiv, and also the Imre Bina. I don't know if you were masking to see the Imre Bina. There are two K'toyim, we'll talk more about the second, but the first Keta of Imre Bina, Siman Yud Gimel, he says that he brings also cases of L'chayra, which will also be a halacha, which brings a Pri Megodim, Mogen Avram. There are all types, and there are other cases also which are brought in various Achronim, that Rayas, L'chayra, from others, we see L'chayra, that a mitzvah Rabbanan, Oisik a mitzvah Rabbanan, is potem from a mitzvah Raisa. However, if you will maspik to see the Makaris, you see that on many of the cases, come on, all of the cases, I could say, that there are dichuyim, that no, it's not a mitzvah Rabbanan, it's a mitzvah Raisa, which you saw also. Probably you can see, you'll look it up. I don't want to start. I'm going to start going into the various cases and see if it's muchach or it's not muchach, from this posik or that posik. I'll need more time than you said at the beginning you're willing to give me. But it's a shayla. It's a shayla for mitzvah the Rabbanan. He said for mitzvah the Rabbanan. If it's you have to do that spot in the mitzvah also. And the way Refoel explains it. Says it's totally with a chakira. That's the chakira. What's the limit that Isaac will make for a mitzvah? You shift the chok of Isaac. Sechel, we're talking about mitzvahs Krishma. Shivtecho b'vei Sechel, then you have to do the mitzvah. Uvelechtecho b'derech, and the Gemara says, Shivtecho didcho. It's for your purpose that you're Shivtecho. The Shevis is Shevis didcho. And Lechtecho didcho, Leches didcho, which is Beilam Amayit. When do you have this mitzvah? You have it only in such a case. But when it's not yours, it's because of a mitzvah. You're now Isaac, not on your own, not with your own inyonim. So in such a case, you're part of. From that we learn out places of mitzvah, part of the mitzvah. So you can understand two ways. You can understand it verbally, that it's mamish, that's what it is. It's totally if it's ditcho or not ditcho. In that case, it doesn't matter if it has a status of a mitzvah d'oraisa, like a mitzvah d'oraisa, that's considered klapi d'oraisa a mitzvah. In any case, even if it's only a mitzvah d'rabonon, but what you're Isaac now, what you're doing now is something, it's not because you've your own in yonim, you're on yonim, or whatever you're doing it for somebody else, it's not mishana. But we're talking, it's not in yonim, it's not in yonim or worldly in yonim, like it's a mitzvah. It's because of a mitzvah you're doing it, although it's not, it might have the shem mitzvah, klapi, dini d'oraisa, but it's not ditcho, leches ditcho, it's not shevis ditcho, the same thing with a sofik mitzvah, if you need dafka mitzvah, which would mean as follows. That the limud is, it's a miut. It's not, it doesn't include the case for loy, not when it's a mitzvah. When it's shevtecho and not mitzvah. So it's the limud is coming to tell you the case of mitzvah. It's a limud that, oisik a mitzvah, potem a mitzvah, you need mitzvah dafka, or it means like you say, kipshutai, as long as it's not yours. If it's a limud, how do you learn this limud? If it's a limud, it's not ditcho, it's coming to tell us that as opposed to a case where it's a mitzvah is different because there's a different mitzvah, mitzvah. If you need the element of mitzvah here, or it's not totally, it has to be dafka a mitzvah, it's so long as it's not ditcho. That's the way. And interesting, I saw one of the Achronim, Shamari also says this knetch that you could say it's totally with ditcho if it is, and therefore even a mitzvah d'Rabbanan would also not be considered shevis ditcho, although it's not considered a mitzvah, klapi dini d'oraisa. And like I say, both cases, sofek is not ditcho, but it's not, as far as mitzvah is concerned, you have a sofek mitzvah here. So a sofek pointer, you're a sofek if you're a Isaac mitzvah. And on the other hand, on the same way, we say a mitzvah. The Rabbanon is also, if you need mitzvah, it's a Rabbanon klapi d'oraisa, it's a double bullshit. It's not considered a mitzvah, klapi dini d'oraisa. And Rebbe Chodim brings, so one side, he brings the Shabbosai, that you see it's a suffix, you have to do it because of a suffix, but it's still only a suffix mitzvah. So we see it's totally with suffix mitzvah, it's not definitely a mitzvah, although it's not ditcho. On the other hand, it brings, we find, it's nogeya ke'eins that we have a limud, the din of Reishis K'tzircho, that before K'tzir Oimer, you're not supposed to make a K'tzir, Chodesh, you're not supposed to make with other K'tziras. Not only, that has to be the Reishis K'tzirchem. Reishis K'tzirchem for the Oimer. In Kol Zois, we learn out not a K'tzirchem and not the K'tzir of Mitzvah. If it's a K'tzir of Mitzvah, that's not K'tzirchem, that's okay. And he brings the case we find in Menachis, that we find Lagabe, if you're K'tzir, in order to make, for a novel, you make a Birchis Chavo, you have to make their place. You have to, so you're K'tzir to make a place that should be Ponui, in order to make the Birchis Chavo, which is a Rabbanon. That's not considered. That's not Bechlal K'tzirchem. We say it's mamuyit from. In other words, that's the case you can because it's considered a kotzei shel mitzvah, although it's only a mitzvah d'Rabbanan. So from there, l'chara, we would say that because we say ksirchem of yours, and not something else which is not yours, even though it's not a mitzvah. It's something in between. And Rabbi Chana brings dogma that we find like that. Sometimes it's a case, in some ways it's not. From one hand, it's not idcho, on the other hand, it's not mitzvah. So the question is, it's because it's not idcho, or it's because you need mitzvah here after. So there you see, in that language. Yeah, okay. So how would you say it? In a kakos in shav.
Because there's no other way. That's why.
Okay, I'm just asking. If you're asking, I want to know what I want to say. I didn't say that's the reason. I'm just asking you. How would you say it? Al koponim. So that's what he brings from there. So he says maybe, but the Shagis Aryeh doesn't fit in with that, because if you say the Shagis Aryeh holds that by a suffix mitzvah, the Shagis Aryeh holds that it's not pointer. So here it's not itcha, but it's only because it's mitzvah. And here we say ksirchem, even though it's only a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, so it's not totally with mitzvah. The Rabbi Chon says it's not a big kasha, because you could say that all over for some reason. And maybe it could be explained, but I won't go into it now because maybe it isn't necessary even. They will see the hemshech. But he says not all over. The same portion, it has to be in the same way. Here it could be legabi ksir oima. That's it. Legabi kotzir ksirchem. That we darshan not even though the lashon the Gemara is not a kotzir of mitzvah, but it's lavdafka has to be mitzvah. The main thing is because it's not ditcho. And here we say by Isaac b'mitzvah, it's totally with Isaac b'mitzvah, dafka mitzvah, and if it's a suffix mitzvah, it's not pointer. You don't have to do a Isaac b'mitzvah. The Orach L'Neir and the Bikuri I give, and then there's also we have a Tosis Bikur B'Vil Tzvigilov. He asked him and he answered. The sum up of what it's Nagel in your name is that the Orach L'Neir says a svara here that you can say although a mitzvah the Rabbanan there's no din of voicing a mitzvah part of a mitzvah, but at the Rabbanan in svara that the Rabbanan not. He says every Rabbanan carries a deraisa with it. You have here a deraisa automatically, and the way we see at the end, the way he answered the bills for the Donov, it's bemis totally with the machlokes. It's a machlokes. He's not saying it according to everybody, but a machlokes the Yodua bein a Rambam v'Rambam. If every mitzvah the Rabbanon, you have here a deraisa, a lav with an eser. Rambam says there's a lav loisosur, which every mitzvah the Rabbanon you have a loisosur, and you have he brings the pasuk al piatera sheyu al koponim there's so it's every the Rabbanon is a deraisa. So you have here, when you're oisik by mitzvah the Rabbanon, it's a oisik in a mitzvah deraisa. That's the way according to the Rambam, not the Ramban. The Ramban is look at this big shmuz, and there's a lot of shmuz here, and a lot of maforshim, and what the sheet is the Rambam bemis is. Not everybody agrees exactly, but we'll go along with this. In the meantime, I just wanted to raise a question here a little. If it's so muchach bichlal that according to the Rambam, you have here oisik b'mitzvah deraisa. It's very well known, the shaila of the Ramban, on the Rambam, one of the asks a number of shailas, but one of them is, if every Rabbanan is a deraisa be'etzem, so we know there's a chiluk, that sofik deraisa you say lechumra, sofik the Rabbanan we say lekula. Why should we say lekula by the Rabbanan? The Rabbanan is a deraisa, let's say also lechumra on every Rabbanan. That's what the Ramban asked.